Emma, I want to delve into the mind of the manager there, because he uses two words there, Mikel Arteta: ruthlessness and precision. If you think about the West Ham game and the Southampton game at the end of last season, where it really slipped away, how do you as a manager get your players to be more ruthless, to be more precise?
Well, first off, that was a brilliant piece from everyone involved, and learnings. You know, you heard it from Arteta. They've learnt. They realise they need to be more physical, more decisive in the moments. And you have to adapt. There's going to be moments in games you might not win it the way that you want to. And I think all of those learnings, plus the recruitment of the players this year, is certainly given the fans even greater expectation this year.
I think it is a lovely piece, but it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. A lot of people talk a good game, talk about where they need to improve. Proof's in the pudding. They got themselves in a great position last year. Obviously, they came up short physically and mentally, strength and depth. So they can talk till the cows come home. Proof's in the pudding. When the going gets tough, like last April, we see if they're in the same position and they can learn from it.
So how do you think a player does learn from it? What is it that makes you take that?
From the setback
the final
last
and the
year.
hardest
Yeah,
step?
of course, the next step for Arsenal, obviously trying to win is the biggest step. Getting yourself in the top four and second, third or fourth is fine. Well and good. It's like United last year. There was going to be an improvement. But the next step, if you're talking about winning league titles, is going to be the hardest one. So again, it's a nice little piece and it's great. And everyone.
But they're closer than ever, Roy.
Oh, but close is not good enough, Emma. Close is not. Close.
You don't think this team will go toe for toe with Man City this year?
Not sure yet.
Yeah.
Not sure yet.
It's
But getting
fair
close
point.
is one thing. Just because they finished second last year and they've strengthened the squad, very good sign. It doesn't automatically mean you're going to go the next step. But they learned from their mistakes last year, of course, and they've obviously got strength and depth now.
Let's talk about Declan Rice then, because I remember we were at Old Trafford for the Manchester United-West Ham game. You had a few things to say about Rice. You wanted more from him. Now with better players and in a better team with respect to West Ham, what do you expect to see and demand to see of Declan Rice this season?
Well, he's obviously going to be surrounded by better players, different demands. If he's going to play a little bit higher up the pitch, I think he definitely has that quality in terms of add more goals to him. He's obviously got that physical strength. He can get in the box. They've obviously still paid way too much for him. He's certainly not worth over 100 million, Declan Rice, but a really good player.
They said Trevor Francis wasn't worth
True
1
enough.
million.
No,
that's the
true.
game.
No, we could say that for lots of players. I agree. But again, we'll find out over the next year or two how good Declan is. He turns up every week. He's a big, strong boy. Again, we're talking about that physicality. They lacked that in the last month or two. Has he got that real top quality in terms of seeing a pass and getting 9-10 goals? We'll soon find out.
What do you think? He was at Chelsea as a young boy, of course.
Top player. But I think we're going to see something different, because it's not just going to be about his physicality. He's going to have to make those final passes, because he's going to be part of a team that are going to have the ball more of the time. And I think there's going to be more expectation. But I think with Havertz coming into the team as well, I think you'll start to see some different dynamics coming from the central areas from Arsenal.
And very briefly, they're a much bigger team, and people might at home go, what's that got to do with the price of fish? Arsenal went through a stage where a bit tippy-tappy and small and easily bullied. They're a much bigger team now.
Yeah, but it's the mindset. I think one of Arsenal's biggest problem last year, when they dropped some silly points, particularly at West Ham and Southampton, was more of a head job. I think they went not just physically, whatever doing the training, whether they overtrained or they undertrained, it was mentally they seemed to go. So they've got to up their mark for that.
I was waiting for you to say it don't matter if you're top for 33 weeks of the season, it's where you are at the end.
I don't need to say it, Emma.
You don't
I don't need
Right.
to say it.